All right, all right. Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to your weekly focus. I'm Russ McCann, and I want to say, hey, thank you guys for joining me live. Back last year, I did a lot of these. I was doing it at least every week, and I kind of got out of the habit of it. And I'm so happy that you've decided to join me this morning. By the way, we are live over on Facebook and YouTube, so I'm going to just kind of set some of these comments up here, so feel free. This is interactive. Make sure that you drop some comments and let me know where you're coming in from. Hey, Vicky, Linda, Nancy. Wow, that's exciting that I've got so many of you here this morning because you're in for a real treat. We're going to talk today about unleashing your hidden potential. And, I think a lot of us go through life and there's a lot of things we want to do and hope to do and desire to do, and we just never actually begin to do them because of some of the hidden fears and doubts that have been rattling around in our brain that keep us from doing the very thing that we want to do that will actually impact and change our life the most. So again, thank you all for joining me live. Like I said, this is interactive. So I am able to see your comments as they come in, and we will share them on screen this morning as we get going. So I just wanted to say, so we're over on Facebook Live, and we're also on YouTube Live right now. I have a YouTube channel. I think you can find it, Russ McCann. And all of the lives that I did about a year ago are all there and in library. So feel free to check that out. And we are recording this for people that maybe couldn't catch it live, but plan on being a part of our call this morning. So let's get going. Let's talk a little bit about this inner power, this inner power that we all have to create the life that we want. And we're going to talk this morning about unleashing that hidden potential. And you know what? We're going to kind of dive in a little bit to the deep end of the pool. So we're going to challenge your thought process a little bit. And hopefully I'll provide value to you that you can leave today and begin to apply some of these things that we're going to talk about live this morning. So again, thank you guys all for joining me live and being a part of our call. Make sure you drop in the comments. Make sure you show me some love. If there's something that you have as a question that you would like me to address, then just type that in and I'll try to get to as many of the questions as I can. So let's get going. I had a chance this week to work with Dave Blanchard, best-selling author, business coach. He's the CEO of the Augmandino Group, which is a business consulting firm. And he and I had a chance to work together this week in a client support live that we did on Monday. And so it got me thinking a little bit about, there's just so many things that we don't understand because our brain begins to automate and work the way that it does to do one thing, and that is really to protect us. So yeah, good morning, Rhonda. And we're going to talk about this inner strength that we all have and this hidden potential that's been hiding inside and hopefully begin to bring it to the surface. But I wanted to just up front go, you know what? You're not alone. There's a lot of us over our lifetime. I'm 65 years old, so I'm going to try to impart some 65-year-old wisdom, but turn right around and give you some value today that you can, in today's world, fast pace. I mean, here I am going live to millions of people at the press of a button. And I would have never thought that would have been possible. But this untapped potential that we have generally doesn't realize itself because of some self-doubt, right, that we have. Or maybe we've got some external pressures from work or from our relationships with our family or our spouse. And some of these things are deeply embedded, what we would call limiting beliefs, right? Anybody put in the chat, anybody have a limiting belief? I'm not sure I'll be able to do that. I'm afraid that if I do this, what will people think, right? And we spend far more time giving credibility to other people than we do to our own thoughts and the people that really mean the most to us. Social media is kind of cruel that way, right? So if we share something out on social media and somebody doesn't like it, they immediately attack us, right? And so these external pressures, our own internal doubts and fears, some of this goes back to when we were a kid, right? there are things that happened as we were kid. I'm sure there were some really great memories, but there's probably some that we don't even think about that have been steering our life for the rest of our life. And so we've been resisting this internal desire to become better. And so when we think about motivation, what motivates you to do the very thing that you want to do, right? So we've got generally, we think of motivation as being intrinsic, the things that go on inside, what really drives us to make the decision and take the action. And then there's also external motivation, right? External motivation might be your doctor telling you, hey, you need to lose a few pounds or you're going to die, right? That's external motivation. Sometimes that'll motivate us and get us into action. It's generally not served long-term. That's why so many people begin to go down this path after a doctor visit to get healthy. And then they find themselves 2, 3, 4 months kind of in the same spot they were from the beginning because it wasn't intrinsic. It was external. It was driven by some fear that if we didn't do something, we weren't going to be around very long. So intrinsic motivation will always be more powerful, more lifelong, more long-lasting because why? It comes from within our soul. It comes from within our heart to make the very changes that we want to make. For many of us that have been around a while, we've heard this phrase about your why, right? What is your why? And I love kind of the core definition of the why, which is what drives you into action, right? So that is kind of your overwhelming why. It's the reason we do our careers. We want to provide value, income, support, security for our family, right? That can be a big why. So again, what drives you into action? It's really, really important. But just a couple of things that can help you discover your why or what drives you into action is actually spend a little time thinking about it. If you journal, I would encourage everybody to have a journal. This one says grow together, right? That's something we're going to do today. But if you journal and kind of write down your ideas and thoughts of what's really important to you, the tagline on my live is organize your life around the things that matter most to you. But what matters most to you? So spend some time thinking about that. Is it your family? Is it your relationship? Is it your career? Is it the time to do the things that you want to do? These are all reasons why we get into action. So I would just encourage you to spend some time journaling. Maybe you even reach out to a mentor. This could be your spouse. This could be somebody that you hold in high regard and just say, hey, I'm thinking about some meaning of life things and I'm looking at making some changes. I want my life to be a little different and I'm seeking your advice. So feel free to reach out to people as you begin to discover what's important to you. Now, I can share with you, I have had lots of obstacles over my lifetime, lots of things that have come up, life circumstances. I've gone through divorce. I've gone through a kid leaving home. I've gone through catastrophic injury. I've gone through a lot of these things, and these obstacles kind of stand in the way. How many of us, and feel free in the chat, type in the chat. I can bring your chats, to the surface if I feel so. So, for example, here's Linda, right? So again, make sure that you consider this to be interactive because I want you to really give me some feedback as we're going through this. But I want to talk about obstacles for a minute. There are some things that we do that hold us back, right? So these are what I call action blockers, right? They come into play because we have fear. Again, we were talking about this at the beginning. I'm afraid of what people will think. I'm afraid that I will fail. I have lots of doubts about whether I'll be able to make these changes or to accomplish these goals. And a lot of that tends to be some trauma from our past that holds us back. But sometimes it can be, man, I've failed in business before. What makes me an authority to be successful in business? I can't very well hold my laurels on failure, but you know what? I can tell you in all the times in life that I feel that I failed or that I've been kicked down, as I've brought myself back up and dusted myself on and put myself back on a new path, it was the very actions that I took after that failure that have determined what my life looks like today. And so I want to just challenge you to really think about what are the daily habits that you do each and every day. Now, our brain wants to automate much of our life. That's why we get up generally at the same time of day. We go down to the kitchen, we make our coffee, we make our breakfast, we get dressed, we drive to work, we go to work, we come. We tend to do the same things over and over and over again, right? And the reason we do that is it's our brain wanting to automate things so it doesn't have to work so hard. It's looking to protect us. And so, the key to it, and I love your comment, Vicki, it is the fear of failure that holds us back most often. But it is also so what's the definition of fear? False, evident, appearing real. And I love that because it's false. So it's something that we think is true, but it's actually false. But it appears so real that it holds us back. When we think about it, in most cases, the fear never, never, ever is real. It's all imagined. It's all a thought. But as you begin taking action on the very thing that maybe you be afraid of, starting a business, starting your health journey, starting a new career, getting married, having kids, it's the taking actions towards the thing that you want in your life the most that really create, that overcome fear. And so when you think about it, it is the daily actions that we do each and every day that create new habits. These new habits will overcome bad and old habits. Now, if you create some new bad habits, then that will take over your very, very existence. So be careful about the habits that you create. But if you create absolute change in your life, and you're absolutely right, Linda, what I'm talking about is the truth through my own life experiences, is that it is the consistency of what you do each and every day over time. So think about health, for example. As many of you know, I'm a health coach, and so I use a lot of health examples because I work with my clients all the time. And it's not what you do once in a while, it's what you do every day consistently that over time will change what it is you do. So if it's drinking more water, then just drink one more glass of water than you did yesterday. And do that every day for a week or two, and then add one more glass of water. Or maybe it's, you're not physically active and you want to in order to build strength and to create health and to create peace of mind. And what I would encourage you to do is set your tennis shoes right outside your bed so that when you get up in the morning, you slide right into your tennis shoes and you go for a morning walk. There's nothing more rewarding than getting outside, getting some fresh air, clearing your mind, going for a walk, take in that deep breath. Look at the neighbor's yard, get inspiration and ideas. But you know what? If you do that each and every day over time, that little walk can impact your life in a way that right now maybe you can't imagine. And many of us that have started our health journey started as at a place where going for a walk was not really even possible. I broke my leg last year, my ankle, or my knee, and it took me almost a year to build strength again to the point where I could go out and do some physical activity like I had done before. But it is what we do each and every day that really matters most. And so that's what I want to just really impart with you, that when we think about overcoming these obstacles and becoming the best version of ourselves and really releasing that inner power within, it's the small things. It's overcoming the fears. It's taking action on resistance. It's becoming resilient because in spite of your fear, you took action. And so when you think about that, think about what it is you're looking to accomplish. I love visualization exercises. I think a lot of times when you think about it, let's close our eyes. Let's imagine what our life would look like if we could wave the magic wand and become the best version of ourselves. What would that look like? We get into a rut and do the same thing over and over again. And then we look back 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and you go, what is my life accomplished? What have I really done over the last 30 years that has been impactful in a way that I'm leaving a legacy to this world and earth? And sometimes we look back and we go, well, the last 30 years have not gone so well. But guess what? That doesn't mean the next 30 years can't be absolutely outstanding if you begin to release this inner power and creating new habits that move you forward one step at a time. I love at the beginning of the year, we get a group of people together and we come over to the house. It's generally about 25 or 30 people. And what happens is we do a vision board. Drop some comments in there if you've ever done a vision board before. And so a vision board is basically a piece of cardboard that you go and cut out pictures out of magazines or phrases. Maybe you even do a drawing and you create this board of all the things you envision for your life. And sometimes it's, the picture of a house because you want to own a home. Or maybe it's a picture of a remodeled kitchen because it's your desire at some point to remodel your kitchen. Maybe on your vision board, it might be a picture of some hunk guy in the gym working out. You go, man, I want to be a hunk guy. I want to be ripped abs. I want to have strong muscles. And I want to create that life. Sometimes it's maybe a picture of a pool. You want to put a pool in. Maybe it's a picture of your family on vacation or a family on vacation because you want to take your family on vacation. And so what I share with you, a vision board is such a powerful way to make things become real. I hear it over and over again. Every year when we do the vision board, we ask people, did some of the things from your vision board the year before manifest itself? Did they become real? And you know what I hear over and over and over again? Actually, most of the things on my vision board that I put there last year have become real. And so a vision board is something you should create. I love, putting it up on the wall and looking at it every day. Maybe you put it in your bathroom, right there next to your sink. So that when you get out of the shower and you're brushing your teeth, you're looking at the things that you'd like to create over time. And so visualization can be so powerful. Also, it's so important for you to take care of yourself so that you can live the life that you want. I believe wholeheartedly in self-care. Right now, Denise isn't home unless she came in while I've started my live. And Denise had an opportunity a while back to go and learn how to play pickleball, right? And guess what? Denise has become a pickleball fanatic. All right. So now she's playing pickleball 3 days a week. She got up early this morning. She put on her tennis shoes. She put on her pickleball clothes. She did a fueling, a protein shake, and she went out and she has been playing pickleball 3 days a week. You know why? Because that's important to her. It's self-care. She was spending so much time here at the house with me and Buster and grandkids and whatever. And that's all great. That's super fun and rewarding. But there's so much more to life than just being a homebody. And so now she loves getting out and meeting amazing men and women on the pickleball court. Plus, she's getting more physically active. So I think there's physical self-care. There's also mental self-care. In other words, what are your thoughts? What are you filling your brain with? And in this political climate with all that's going on in the world, there's people filling their brain with junk. And you know what? I would just encourage you to turn that noise off. Doesn't mean ignore what's going on, but turn the noise off. Really design what's important to you and put yourself in a place to become better, right? There's a lot of people I'm seeing on TV these days that really need this talk to shut down their own noise, quit listening to their own voice and talk, and learn to love on each other and learn to hear different perspectives and to say, what are the things we can do in common ground to be more effective? So I'm gonna give you a book review today. If you don't read and you really haven't filled your mind with some great thoughts, I would encourage you to grab this book from Amazon. It's called Limitless from Jim Quick. And it says, upgrade your brain, learn everything faster, and unlock your exceptional life. Does that sound like my talk today? Yeah, many of the things that I'm talking about can be found in this amazing book. And it's about unleashing the power of your brain to do things that your brain has been telling you that you can't do. Your brain is a powerful machine, and it controls just about everything that happens in your life. Your thoughts control your actions control the outcome, the results of your life. So guess what? Fill your brain with things that are going to enhance your life, not hold you back. Sometimes it's about developing some good nutritional habits, getting better sleep, drinking more water. So physical health is so critical to your overall health and well-being, because you know what? If you're unhealthy and you can't go out for a walk and you're struggling mentally, and maybe we're overeating, and now we find ourselves 80 to 100 pounds overweight, like I did, you know what? That's holding you back from unleashing the very thing that you want the most. So make sure that you lead with your health first. So if you learn anything from today, we're talking about unleashing your hidden potential. The hidden potential can often be found by leading with your health first. If you've not been very healthy, work on being healthy. If you're not physically active, work on being physically active. If you don't drink enough water, then guess what? Work on drinking more water. If you're overweight, work on losing those pounds by eating something balanced, nutritional every 2 to 3 hours. Um, really, really take this seriously. That when you begin leading with your health first, and you begin to get healthy, and you begin to fit in smaller clothes, and you begin to be more active because you can, much of our thought process change because we feel better. We feel better about ourselves. We feel better about people around us. We have better relationships because we actually feel better, and our brain is not in a fog anymore. We're doing the things that we really want to do, and that's make an impact on this world. So it's the little things we do each and every day that will lead to you being healthy over time. And so I want to just give you a couple of last thoughts as we kind of break this down today. Hopefully, I've given you some value and given you some thoughts and given you something to think about, that if your brain is holding you back and you have found yourself in fear, in doubt, and alone, then guess what? Step out and begin to make some new changes today. Join a pickleball group. Join a local meetup group. Go for a walk. Invite a friend to go on a walk with you. Do some things that will help you break the chains that is inside you, because I want you to focus on organizing your life around the things that matter most. I'm gonna end today with this quote. This is a quote. Oh, there's Denise coming back from pickleball. This is a quote from Ogmandino, and it says, "Most of all, I will love myself, for when I do, I will zealously inspect all things that enter my body, my mind, and my heart. Never will I overindulge in the requests of my flesh. Rather, I will cherish my body with cleanliness and moderation. Never will I allow my mind to be attracted to evil and despair. Rather, I will uplift it with the knowledge and wisdom of the ages. Never will I allow my soul to become complacent and satisfied. Rather, I will feed it with meditation and prayer. Never will I allow my heart to become small and bitter. Rather, I will share my heart, and it will grow and warm the earth." I think that's such a powerful way to end our call today, because it puts the very existence of life into perspective, is that we have been filling our mind and our soul with things that do not serve us. We have been doing things that others want us to do, and we have allowed those outside stresses and pressures to control our very life. So take what we've discovered today. Feel free to come and join me on another live. I just want to say I led with my health 17 years ago and lost 85 pounds in 19 weeks. I found myself in January with 40 pounds of those back on. I was not happy. I was not in a good place. I made a decision to lean into mentorship and to a coach, and I've regained my health. I've lost 35 pounds. I got 5 pounds to go to get to my ultimate goal of 140 pounds. And it is the little things that we do each and every day over time that will help you develop. It's not any one thing that you're going to do. Eating a cheeseburger today isn't going to make you unhealthy. Eating a salad is not going to make you healthy today. It's the little things that we do over time that make a huge, huge difference. So I just want to say thank you for joining me live. I loved all of the interaction. Hopefully you have too. It's always fun to share comments. We've been sharing comments from YouTube and from Facebook. So again, thank you all. Join me on another live. I haven't picked a day of the week. I'm thinking maybe Friday morning might be a really good day to do this. But my goal in life is to add value to yours so that together we can make a big difference in the world. So with that, you guys go out and have an amazing day.